Hey guys, it's me, EODGamerZ here. The biggest question some of you might have as you realize you're playing Path of Exile, there is very low amounts of gold drop for monsters. It's like so rare to drop the in-game currency, and the rare drop rate for like great gear is not that high. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my tips and tricks of how to increase the amount of gold that you have, and hang tight, you can also get a lot of these very nice equipments along the way. Gear that you can eventually like level up, like this regal orb over here, which can transform a magic gear into a rare gear, anyone that you choose from, as well as collect a lot of these orbs of transmutation and augmentation along the way. First things first, as you are going along the way, and I will start from like chronologically, right, as you are going through the game, the most important thing as you go on the game, if you get any rings as well as amulets that you have along the way, and you already have your main ones checked, you already get the ones that you like, you have a bit of excess, like I already have a Lazuli ring that I want to keep, you don't really want this one, make sure you take them from the floor because they are worth a lot of money. If I go and randomly over here and I show you if I sell these gear, these are worth 110 gold, 165 gold that you can get just from the amulet as well as the Lazuli ring. So keep this, and even if you have any common gear along the way, let's say I have this bow that I don't really want. It's although it's a magic bow, if you have any common bows, weapons and stuff, make sure you don't just leave them on the floor. Try to collect them, have the discipline to keep town portaling back to the town, sell them, go back into the map, and then keep doing that. Your gold will build up very quickly. The question then becomes, do you disenchant weapons in the Yuna NPC to get your fragments over here, your transmutation shards, or do you sell them? The most important thing is asking yourself if they have stuff like this, like many lines open already for the magic, and it's not really super useful because the current weapon that you have is better. I would say in the early game, selling this and getting you the gold is very helpful because you might be able to re-gear your entire character if you pick up like a very good bow from the shop. This helps you get a lot of money quicker, and you can keep farming them and getting more of these very quickly. 71 gold is quite decent. I would actually consider selling this instead of turning it down into transmutation shards, because the value of one of these, if you multiply this by 10, would you pay 710 for orb of transmutation? Not really quite. You can find these drops from the floor as well, especially if you follow the next few methods that we're talking about. So now that we talked about loots and good discipline that you have, the next important thing is for epic gear or rare gear like this, the yellow, do you sell or do you disenchant? Now this, I'll leave it totally up to you, your decision making, because one gear, for example, this bow that I have, 463 is a lot of money. These kind of expensive gear that you can get, especially if you have a not so great one that is worth a lot of money, you might consider selling it to help you bump up your supplies really quickly. I, on the other hand, am a bit more longer term player. If you crunch down rare gear and you disenchant these rare gear with Yuna NPC, you actually will be able to get very nice stuff, which is the regal equipment. So let me just unequip this and I'll show you. For those of you who don't know what happens if you disenchant them, if you take your rare gear, you actually get these regal shards, and once you have 10 of them, similar to the magic ones, you'll be able to get this regal orb, which can transform anything from magic into rare, which is from blue to yellow. This is very tremendously good. So I'll leave it up to you whether you want to sell to earn money faster. Since this is more or less like how to get gear faster and money faster, that option is always available. But personally, I don't really sell rare gear, but if you are in need of cash urgently, you can get it. The most important tip, and this comes a little bit, I want you to go and monitor Randy very often. And what am I looking for? So just go into his shop here and just take a look. They're not super expensive. As you can see, they're like 200 for magic gear. As you go around, just scroll around all the gear that you have, like armor that you naturally will use, even if they are really bad. Don't look at this. This is very expensive and not super worth it. I wouldn't buy this if I were you. So you scroll all of them, and I actually found this hat from him, which was super cheap. It was like 400 and 500. And if you notice, the thing that I'm looking for is this 11% increased rarity of item found. And this is very important. Doesn't matter what gear, as long as you can use it, even if it's super crummy. As you get higher level, equip this as your farming gear when you're not farming bosses, as you're hitting monsters, if you're revisiting old places. This will give you an increased chance of items dropping either normal grey, magic blue, rare yellow and stuff like that, or other notes, stones, all these orbs as well. They all help you gain money faster. But you need money to get money, right? So in order to find this from the shop, go and scroll every now and then the shop refreshes. So I like to just take a look at everything to see whether there's any rarity increase for any of them. At the same time, you can find something that you're looking for. If you're missing maybe a part of a gear, you're looking for an armor or stuff, go ahead and catch that. But I want you to focus on getting as many rarity or item founds as you possibly can and keep them. As you can see, I have one helmet here, 11%. I have one boots here, 9%. This is my farming gear, which I will switch out from like my more offensive gear. And some of my rings also have like 9%. So practically I have like 29% increased rarity item found just for my farming gear. If I slap them on, as I get more, my drop rate will increase, and this will help you farm better gear quicker to help you get richer and richer to keep cycling through, and eventually you'll get a lot of these rare items from bosses that you drop because of your rarity of item drop as well. And if you're interested in more content, especially ranger class or boss, how do you hunt certain bosses so you can farm them every single time, right? Check out our other guides on the channel. I think you'll find it very, very useful. And thank you guys again so much for watching. These two videos might be interesting for you, and see you guys in the next video.